Hey guys, nice to see you again. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video on a product review / install, and I figured, you know what, let's just dive right back in and get into it. Matter of fact, it took me a while to actually set up my professional camera stuff because as much as it is fun grabbing a GoPro, sometimes I kind of miss the quality. So anyways, that's why this video looks a little better than some of the other ones I've been doing. Anyway, you guys know I moved out to the country and I bought an ATV and I've been using it like crazy. We've got a lot of snow this year. I use it for plowing my driveway. Now in the colder climates, your hands get cold, and that's what I found on this ATV itself. And I've actually resisted doing that because I was trying to debate whether I was going to get heated gloves or actually put a heated grip kit on this. And there's pros and cons for both, but I decided to actually get a kit that actually puts the heated grips on here and a heated thumb warmer. And I looked at a variety of different kits. Asked a bunch of people what products should I be looking at or considering. Heat Demons is one that came up quite often. Bronco is another brand. Anyway, I did a little bit more research and looked online, and I actually found a kit, and I think it comes from England, and it's called the Oxford Heaterz Pro EVO for the ATV. They make some products for street bikes as well, if you're interested. And this one I found had some advantages over some of the other products, namely, they look really well built, and I'll show you the product here in a second. Second of all, the connectors are very similar to my e-bike. They're waterproof, so when you click them together, they got a little seal and stuff. Again, I'll show you that. And the other option, or the other feature that I like about these is that it has an automatic timer built into the controller. So when you turn off your bike, it doesn't drain your battery unnecessarily. It'll shut off after a few minutes automatically. So anyways, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to open up this kit and we're going to install it, and I'm going to show you the whole process from beginning to end. So here's all the stuff that you get in the kit. You have instructions, but you know what? We're not going to use those. We know how to do things. You get a little bag here with some bar ends and some zip ties and a, looks like a sticky pad for mounting the controller. Here is the actual controller itself. So you can see it has two buttons. The reason it has two buttons, obviously, is one for the grips and then one for the thumb warmer. So we'll install that. Here's a shot of the connectors, by the way. You can see here that they're keyed. And on the other end, some of the other ones, they've got this, screw-on type seal, which is really nice. Other ones, you just use the automotive ones that don't even have seals in a lot of cases. So anyways, I thought this was higher quality. That's why I got this kit. In the kit, you also get a mounting bracket for the controller. And if you look at pictures online, it may look like they are just unpainted, but I can assure you that it's not. It's actually, it's black, as you can see here. And they give you some bolts for the mounting bracket. And here is one of the grips. You get a right and a left, and you can see how nice this is. Look, it's all molded here on the side. And again, there's a shot of the connector. And the nice thing about these is that they're trimmable. So you can take this little rubber washer off and you've got this little section here you can trim off. So the heating element only comes up to about here. So there's, you're not going to hurt anything. So depending on the length, you can just trim this off. And there is a bar end here. This is aluminum. You can put this on the end here and you can tighten that down so you get a nice finished look. So that's what that looks like. And again, same thing, got another grip for the other side of the bike. You got your primary wiring harness, so this connects directly to the battery. That's the other thing about this. You don't have to go looking for a switch circuit or anything. It goes straight onto the battery. It has an inline 5-amp fuse. And then again, one of the waterproof connectors here on both sides. And then this is the thumb warmer. It's a molded plastic. And I thought it was, see on my CFMOTO, the thumb warmer is actually molded in such a way, but this looks somewhat pliable. So I might heat this up a little bit and get it to conform to the thumb warmer a little bit more. Again, there's the nice, waterproof connector on there, and they do give you some heat shrink, to mold this onto your thumb accelerator. I'm going to take the brush guards off, so I'm going to take this 6mm Allen bolt out. Move that out of the way for now. And if you look at the length of the grip, it's exactly the same length as the stock grips. I can take this off. And if your grips are shorter, you can actually trim them back, but in my case, I don't need to. I can just use everything that's stock, so that makes installation a little bit easier, more straightforward. It's all right, let's take this grip off. Now, I would really like to not damage or cut these off. That would be the easy way, but if I just put an Allen key in there, and I can spray a little bit of WD-40. Maybe I might be able to pull this off. Certainly doesn't feel like it's glued. Oh yeah, that's nice. Aha! Easy peasy. Well, that slides on pretty easy. And that's why you've got this clamp that goes on the end to keep it from twisting. All right, so we want to position this in such a way that it doesn't interfere with my brake lever. Maybe, yeah, maybe like that. That probably works pretty good right there. Okay, well, we'll use that. So we'll just take this clamp end. It's keyed. It only goes on sort of one way. And then we'll just take our Allen key here, tighten this down. Yeah, I don't know. Still a little bit slippery. Oh, that's better. Oh, no, still a little bit slippery. You know what? I'm probably going to have to clean. I did wipe it down from the WD-40, but it might still be some residue on there. So I'll probably take some acetone or some, I think I have some paint thinner here. Yeah, I think that's what the case is here. Let me just clean this up a little bit more. Now, in previous versions of this product, I've seen that they include glue, but there's no glue in this. And you know what? Even after cleaning it, it's still too loose. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just put some electrical tape around this just to get the width of it a little bit better. I prefer it to be a little tighter. Give that a try. Huh, now it feels like it's too much. Okay. Well, you're watching me learn as I go here. Maybe I'll just put one layer on instead of two. Let's try that. Let's just take one layer off. Now I could put some lubricant. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Lubricant I like to use is Windex. Don't use just any Windex. You got to get the 24% more Windex. This will dissolve, so there's no harm in using this. Not dissolve. What's the word I'm looking for? Dry up? All right, twist it on, I guess. Let's take the rubber off so I don't hurt anything. Ugh. See, it's just borderline between too tight and not tight enough. Well, if I can get this on there, it's definitely not going anywhere. Son of a gun. Okay, you know what? That's just not working. Okay, so much for the electrical tape. That's not working for me at all. We're gonna take it off. All right, third time's the charm. I redid the electrical tape, but this time very minimal overlap. And now it just much tighter, but it slides on easier. It's still tight, but now I can get it on there just the way I want. Oh, I think that's just right where I want it to. Yep, perfect. We put our rubber piece on. It has a very thin lip, and there's a tiny recess in there, so I'm going to assume that the rubber fits like that with the recess on the outside. And then this will go right on there. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, that's the trick. If your handlebar is loose like mine was, just use some electrical tape and wind it around. Minimal overlap. Yeah, that works good. Okay, let's go do the other side. Well, as you can see, the thumb warmer designed to go on here, but my arm is pretty curved. And, you know, this flexes a little bit, but I'm going to try and see if I can heat it up just a little bit here with my heat gun. And just kind of hold it there until it sets. You're supposed to use a heat shrink to get it to stick on there. So I guess let's try it. Ow! Son of a gun. Not the best. Not the best. Both grips are installed, and now it's time to run the wires from here to the back of the battery. So first I'll just take the passenger seat off, and then this. Next I have to remove a few body pins. There's a lot of plastics on ATVs these days. Practically built like cars now. Come on. All right, one piece of plastic. Another piece of plastic. Holy smokes. There's some of these bolts here in the fender flare I had to take out too. All the name of trying to get some wires back here. There we go. Well, the next thing I need to do is figure out where to put my controller. Now they do give you a bracket, which is this little guy right here. And they say in the instructions to put it here, but the problem is my winch control is in the way. And I could put it like that, that. I was thinking of flipping it upside down and putting it like that, but the problem is that the holes don't line up properly. You know, it's you know, the controller's really designed to go only mount in that position here because it's too thick. You know, these holes here won't line up. So I can't put it here. So I'm thinking the alternate is to sort of mount it right here on my brush guard, sort of like that, and it's probably as good as positioned as I'm going to find where to put it. Yeah, I would like to put it here, but that's interfering. Yeah. I don't know, we'll see. I'll try a couple of different things and come back to you and let you know what I ended up doing. After trying a variety of different placements, this is where I ended up putting it on this single bolt here where the winch controller is. It's solid, it's not going anywhere. Tried here, interfered too much. Briefly considered putting it here, but I do have a phone mount holder that's coming for here, so I don't want to interfere with that. But this bracket seems to work. You know, it's not going anywhere, so it'll be fine. So I'm just going to do a little cable management here, start hooking things up. You know, this cover pops off, so I have access down in here to get at some of the wires. So I have all the connectors plugged in. These connectors, by the way, as I mentioned before, they're all waterproof. They got a little gasket. They seal up tight, so no chances of that leaking. It'll be good. So I'll just tuck that in there, and then I just had to run the power wire sort of underneath the fairing here, and then come back. This cable, quite honestly, really should be a little longer. Anyways, you know, I'll pull a little bit back in there. Now, before I go any further here, I really should hook it up to the battery, make sure everything works. This, by the way, is a battery tender. It's less than an amp, and it keeps the battery charged up. Works really well. Remember, these bikes these days, they don't have pull start, so, you know, the battery doesn't run. You can't start your bike. And this thing also weighs 1,000 pounds, so good luck bump starting it. All right, tighten that up. There we go. Put the battery protector cap back on. Oh yeah, different heat. Let's put it on maximum. And this is the thumb warmer. Yeah, there we go. Got to give it a few minutes, I guess. Yep, the grips are getting hot. And you can see here the green light's flashing because it's detected that my ignition's not on, so it's going to auto shut off so that it doesn't drain my battery. So I don't know, it seems to work. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit longer just so I can see how warm it really is getting, but I can definitely feel the heat there. And yeah, the thumb warmer is warm too, so that's good. Well, the installation is finished. I've tested everything and buttoned everything back up, so thought I would give you my closing thoughts on this particular product. Now, any kind of nitpickiness is not really related to the product itself. It's just my installation. It's my bike. Every bike's going to be different. Not everybody's going to have the same installation, different size. You know, the batteries in the front and some of them, batteries on the back. Again, it's really related to what I have here. So having said that, I guess the only real complaints that I have has to do with the position of the controller, the bracket specifically. I would like to see a couple different brackets. One that could be installed sort of in the upright position, maybe one in the down position. I ended up putting mine right here where the winch controller is. Now on the CFMOTOs, they all come with a winch, so they have a welded on tab on the handlebar. So, I mean, it's not going anywhere. You can't move it. Same thing goes with the mirrors. They have a 1-bolt installation on there, so obviously I couldn't put it there, so this was my position. Your mileage may vary. The only other real complaint that I have, there's two of them actually. One of them, the heat shrink that they include with the thumb warmer, it's too sloppy, it's too big. Now, it's on there, it's not moving, and it seems to be fine, but if it were me, I would, you know, if I have to, maybe I'll cut it off and put a size down, but right now it's on there and it's not moving, it seems to be okay. And then the only real other complaint really is the length of the cable. Again, every bike is different. My battery happens to be in the back. Some of them have them in the front. I'd like to see the wire just, you know, maybe another 12 inches longer or so, something like that. That would be ideal. Ease of installation, well, I mean, it's easy to install. It's just the bikes these days, gosh, there's just so much plastic on it that you have to remove, you know, half the body panels to be able to route the wire. That, I mean, again, that's the bike, it's not the product. So I guess I have to say, if I was to recommend this, I would say, yeah, it's a decent kit. Again, I'll put a link in the video description if you guys are interested in taking a look at it. Again, compare against everybody else, make up your own mind, but I like the kit. It works. The auto shut off is nice. The controller is nice, it's waterproof, and yeah, the heat's on, that's pretty good. So anyways, I'll test it out a little bit more, and if I have anything negative to say after I test it some more, I'll let you know in a subsequent video, but for now, it's nice, it's high quality. I like the fact that it's all molded and everything zips in nice, and those wire connectors that are waterproof, that's really cool. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. See ya.